Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Doing great. And you?
Not bad. Okay. Were you in class yesterday?
No, no. I was working yesterday at
Work
late.
late. Okay, you're a hard worker.
I tried.
I try just when it's necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, yesterday we started a new unit. Okay. Well,
Number five.
we'll continue. No, we continue. So maybe we were already let me see. Did you? No, number 4 is the new one. Yeah, we started yesterday. We have the, most of the time speaking because we were discussing about favorite music, this kind of music. If you know this okay, music, what are popular in El Salvador, if it is similar to United States or no, that's what we were talking. We were with this vocabulary, okay, that we have here. Some, you know, parts of entertainment, movies, music, and TV shows, and we classify them. I don't know if you have any doubt related to this vocabulary.
Action, electronic game show, horror, musical, rap, reality show, reggae, salsa, science fiction, soap opera, and talk show. No,
No,
I
talk,
know.
talk.
Talk.
Yeah, remember that we don't pronounce the L. When we have the combination of L and K, we don't pronounce the L, like in walk, walker, talk. Okay, and similar words. We don't pronounce L, letter L. Okay, well, if no problem. The other thing, well, we talk about these people who you can see, right? If they knew what they knew about them. And we have the conversation and some vocabulary in this conversation. Okay. For example, we were talking about um the object pronouns. Do you know the object pronouns? Do you remember the object pronouns?
Uh,
This one.
I know how to use it, but I know. A ver, no sé la teoría, pero sí sé cómo se usa.
Well, that's important. That's important. So no problem with this.
No,
No.
no.
Okay, good. And then we have the what else? Each other. You know the use of each other.
Each other. Yeah, I know the meaning.
You know the meaning, right? It is when do we use it? When we talk about what?
So when uh, uh, each other teach each other or
Yeah.
only each other.
Well, the use of each other in this case in the conversation was, with teach each other. I think we need to teach each other about music.
I think we need to teach each other. Sería como nosotros dos.
Okay, that's the idea, but it's something reciprocal, right? It's a reciprocal action. It's like nos, okay? We need to teach each other, okay? Enseñarnos. It's something reciprocal, specifically. So I gave some examples, like some other examples, like we call each other. So you call that person calls you. No at the same time, right? Not simultaneously, but the action is reciprocal.
Nos
We
llamamos.
love each other, right? You and your girlfriend, you love each other. Se quieren, it's reciprocal, okay? It's supposed to be reciprocal. Okay. So, but when actions are reciprocal, we use each other in English. That is equivalent to nos. Okay. We call each other. We know each other. Miguel, this is Nancy. Nancy, this is Miguel. Ah, yes, we know each other. You know, we have classes before. We know each other, for example. Okay, and that is the use specifically, the equivalent form, the meaning of that. Well, that's a fast summary. Some of the things, well, not necessary to stop, right? Because you say that no problem with them. So I just letting you know what we were developing yesterday. Okay, and we practice this listening and okay, that's it. And today we'll continue with this grammar focus in which you can see here structure. Let's listen. Let's listen.
Simple present questions, short answers.
Do you like country music?
Yes, I do.
Right, you can listen.
No, I don't.
You can listen? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me play it again.
Short answers.
Thank you.
Okay.
Do you like country music?
Yes, I do. I love it.
No, I don't. I don't like it very much. What kind of music do you like?
I really like rap.
Does she play the piano?
Yes, she does. She plays very well.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't play an instrument. What does she play? She plays the guitar. Do they like Imagine Dragons?
Yes, they do. They like them a lot.
No, they don't. They don't like them at all. Who do they like? They like Maroon 5.
Object pronouns.
Okay, we're gonna stop here.
Maroon.
Okay, in this part, and then we go to the object pronouns. Okay, so you can see here what we have next as a topic in our book in this unit are questions with short answers. Okay, specifically short answers. When we have short answers, is because we are not using WH words. What, where, when, who. Because remember, I think in the next topic, you will see the difference. Because in the next topic, we will use WH words. And with WH words, we don't use short answers. Because WH words gives the opportunity, or the idea is to have a specific and a full answer, you know, a full conversation maybe, not just yes, no. That's the idea, to include WH words. So you will see the difference. In this case, you can see that no WH words are in the questions. We have just a specific specific questions. Do you like country music? Yes or no?
Do you like teacher?
Country music.
Yeah.
Not really. Do you?
Only in English.
Really?
Yes.
Well, it's rhythm, but I don't know. I don't enjoy it.
Country music like Mexican bands. That's definitely that.
Okay.
Not my
I thought
taste.
that you were talking about United States country music.
Yeah, I'm talking about United States. But
Okay.
that kind of music or that kind of bands, they have a specific name. Bands. I mean Mexican bands or
Out of United States, like
yeah.
regional.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Well, anyway, I don't really like it. It doesn't matter if the United States or Mexican, they are rhythm, right? But I don't enjoy them. Okay. Do you
Yeah.
like Mexican, United States, and different countries? That kind of music? Do you like?
I only
Okay.
like I only like country music, but in specific United States.
Okay. Specifically from United States.
Wrong.
Okay. Good. Okay. So in that case, you see what is the indicator, Nancy? Welcome, dear Nancy. What is the indicator that we have a question?
Excuse me?
What's the indicator that we have a question?
The short answer.
No. In the
No.
in the question, what's the indicator that we are doing a question?
Mhm.
Maybe Miguel can help us?
The word do.
The word do, correct. This is the indicator that we have a question. And thus is the indicator that we have a question. But what's the difference, Nancy? Why I have two, do and thus? Do you remember?
That is tercera persona.
Third person, correct?
First person.
Okay. That in who are third person? What pronouns represent third person?
She, he, it.
Correct. Okay. And the rest are we do. But this is the indicator that we have a question and that we have a question in present. Okay. So that's what I always say, that English is a piece of cake because it's a structure, a unique structure. The structure is really easy, I think. Maybe
But only in that case when the question is open or WH, you have to speak a lot.
no,
But
but the structure of the question is the same. You just will add at the beginning the WH word, but
yeah,
the structure is
you
the
have
same.
you have to explain more about the question.
No,
And
I mean,
here, do you like country music? Yes, I do.
no, but what I'm talking about is about the structure of the forms in English. I mean, for example, the question and the short answer. That's what I'm talking about. That is easy because you just need to have the indicator. And if you want to do a question in past, just change the indicator that is did. If you want a question in future, you just change the indicator that will be will. Yes? So the structure of a question is the same in different tenses because the order will be always the same. The point that you and the short answer will be according to your question. If your indicator in the question is do you, your short answer, yes, I do. If your indicator in the question is did you in past, your short answer will be Yes, I did. Will you? Yes, I will. You see how easy? Well, I find it easy. I think for everybody it is easy. Okay? Because the structure, that's what I meant. The structure in English is the same. If you want a question, you just need to change the indicator, basically, because the order will be the same. That I'm going to be specific, okay, in the order. And even if you understand the structure in general, you just need to know, and what's the indicator for the present continuous? What's the indicator for present progressive? You just need to identify and to know the indicator, but the order, the organization, and the general idea is the same. And the short answers will be the same according to the question. On the other hand, if you're talking about a WH word and that is a full answer and you need to explain more and talk more, that is different because that is not the structure. And that's what I wanted to mention too. That the structure, English structure is, I think is very friendly. The point is to speak better that we need vocabulary. No, what we need to understand more and to be fluent is vocabulary. But the structure is easy. What we need to invest time is in increasing vocabulary about anything around, okay? And verbs in past participle, things that we need to memorize, but not to understand. Got it? Okay, so one thing is to understand the structure of the language, and the other is to memorize. Because in order to know vocabulary, how do you say book? I mean, libro is in English, a book. How do you say logros, achievements? How do you say caprichoso, mischievous? I just need to memorize the vocabulary. No explanation for that. And the structure, of course, we need to have a comprehension that is different. So that's what I mean, Miguel, when I say that the structure is unique and is the same. So if you want to talk more, you need to work side by side structure and vocabulary. And most of the time, vocabulary and verb tenses is an individual work. Okay, so we are in the structure, in this case, that we need this position. Okay, we have here, for example, number one is the indicator that can be do or does, according to the difference that Nancy mentioned. Then we have what? The person, the subject. Look at the order. Always is the same order, the subject. And then we have what? The verb. And if you want, a complement. Okay, if you want, at the end, you can have a complement. But always, and then we got the question. Well, I don't find the question mark. Maybe this one, yes. Okay, so you see, this is always the element. So in that case, does, an example with does. The subject, she, The verb play what? The complement the violin, for example. Those are the elements of the formula. You see? Those are the elements of the formula. And the formula will be always the same. So we need to think in English.
Mhm.
And how can I think in English, teacher? Well, just thinking in the organization, in the order. Okay, I need a question. The indicator, I will start with do or does, depending on the person. That's what I had to, put in my mind. I need a question indicator. If it is in past, I'm going to start with did. If it is in present, with do or does. My question is about a girl, about a boy, about an animal, singular. So I'm going to start with does. Then, I'm talking about who? About Carla, about my sister, about, that is equivalent to she, right? Because not always does she. We can say does Carla, does my sister, does your boyfriend. Okay, so we just need to understand what I'm organizing, not just repeat. That's what I try, and I think I like that my students understand the language, not just to repeat the structures. Because when we change one part of the structure, they don't know what to do. They can do a question, what does she play? But if I ask you, or I ask my student, and how do you ask? ¿Toca el violín Carla? They start thinking, how can I do that question? Why? Because they just think about the subject. She, he, they just repeat. But if you understand the order, okay, I need a question. Because if I said, toca el violín Carla, and they want to translate, toca, touch, does, the violin, y empezamos con un desorden, right? Tratando de decir from one to another language. So that's not the best way to do it. Okay, the best way to do it is, okay, toca el violín Carla, but think in English. Okay, I'm asking about Carla. So it's does, because I need a question in English. I'm using a question in English in present. I need to start with does. Does. I'm talking about Carla. Does Carla and the verb. What? Does Carla play the violin? Okay, so don't try to translate it. Don't try to think in Spanish. Think in English, knowing, understanding, and using the order. Y teacher, y siempre voy a tener que estar diciendo the indicator is primero. Of course, no. But believe me that our marvelous brain will understand it. After you use it in some exercises, thinking, automatically our brain does it. Automatically. But you need to, give the information, show it, show to your brain the way it is. Show it, practicing at the beginning, understanding, okay? Sometimes, maybe at the beginning, a little bit slowly, and thinking a little bit before about, okay, it's a question, indicator, does. She, the person, that's Carla, that's my sister, that's that famous singer. Sing well, does this famous singer sing well? Okay, I'm saying famous singer. I'm not saying she. I'm talking about a singer that, because this one is equivalent to she or he, right? And I'm adding famous, the famous singer. ¿De quién hablo? ¿De quién estoy preguntando? Del cantante, famoso, estoy especificando, pero todo va Es la persona de que hablo. So I'm gonna put it in second place. Does this famous singer sing well? You see? It doesn't matter if I'm not using just she. Estoy usando algo más completo. Este famoso cantante. ¿Y a dónde lo pongo, teacher? ¿Y todo va ahí en medio o una partecita de la tiro ahí al final o cómo hago? No, that's why we need to think in English and to understand, okay, the organization of a question. Okay, got it? I don't know if you have any doubt, any comment, any questions so far?
I don't have questions.
No
I
questions.
feel
So
I feel I feel a little scolded, but I'm okay.
you're okay. Okay. So, and then we have the same, right? You see this one down. Do they like? Now we're talking about they. So I need to use do. That is the difference, right? But you're gonna use the same structure, the same order. Let's see the other one. Do, because again, right? Okay, I need to do a question. Thinking in English. I need to do a question. This is a question. So I need the indicator first. Do, because I'm using a you or a they. Okay, or we, any of them. Do we? And then the verb. Like chocolate cake. The complement. Do we like chocolate cake? It's the same formula that we have up. The indicator at the beginning, the person that is my question about, the verb, and a complement if we want. So that's the way to organize it, thinking in English. Okay? So if I change, we, do my 2 friends and I like chocolate, excuse me, here is a T, a A. I'm bad at typing. Okay, chocolate cake. Do we like chocolate cake? So I can say do my 2 friends and I like chocolate cake? If we think in English, we can use any complete subject, not have a limit with she, with he, you see? So in the previous example, does my sister, I can, if I understand, it's the same idea. Okay, I need a question, it's about a one person, so I need to use does, then the person that I'm talking about my sister. But if I want to do it even complete, more complete, does my beautiful sister, and it's the same position, look. Does my beautiful sister play the violin? Etc. You see that is the same. She, my beautiful sister. In the same position, the same in the middle of the indicator of the question and the verb. It doesn't matter who, if it is specific, a pronoun, a noun, or a noun with more specific information. Always I'm talking about that person, so it goes in the middle. Here we have, do my 2 friends and I, you see, do my 2 friends and I like chocolate cake? It's the same. Do the indicator and my 2 sisters and I, my 2 friends. My 2 friends and I is similar to we. Okay, so you see that's I'm explaining and comparing this because as I said at the beginning, I want you to understand in English the structures. And I want you to understand in English the structure for a question. If you need a question in past, I said we just need to change does by did. And there I have the question. Did she play the violin? Did she play the violin yesterday? I just changed did. In future, will. Will she play the violin? And I'm asking in future. And I'm just changing, as you see, I'm just erasing, I'm just dropping the first. That is the indicator. The rest, not always, but most of the time, keep the same. Not always. But in many tenses, yes. So you see, that's the way that we work in English. And the short answer, right? As I said at the beginning, you have do, answer with do. Do you like country music? Yes, I do. Does she play the piano? Yes, she does. So you see the sequence, the concordance. Do in the question, do in the answer. Does in the question, does in the short answer. And it's the same. Did she in past? Yes, she did. Yes, I did. Will she? Yes, I will. Yes, she will. Always. Because sometimes some students use, are you a good student? Yes, I do. Why? Yes, I do. Am I using in the question verb to be? I mean, am I using in the question do? No. So why? Some people, believe me, that is very common. Okay. Or do you understand the structure? Yes, I am. Believe me that some people do it. Or are you a good friend? Yes, I do. I didn't use do in the question. Why? Some people answer with do if they don't listen during the question. So if you listen verb to be in the question, you answer with verb to be. If you use verb to be in the question, do in the question, answer with do. That's the concordance, okay? So we're gonna do some practices, okay? Today and tomorrow, you're gonna do some questions and you're gonna answer. So I hope that you keep in mind that, because I not will use just this structure, do, you, does, she. I'm gonna include, and you, in your questions, should include verb to be too. So we have to practice with a mix, because we need to change, right? And answer correctly as corresponds depending on the question. That's why we have to focus, okay? So don't forget it at the time of the practice. So you will see that we need to keep in mind that. Okay, so that's what we have here. And of course that we have does not, doesn't, do not, don't. The negative short answer. But you can see next, you can see what? WH words. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of the class. If we use WH word, what is the difference? Nancy or Sandra, what is the difference between the first group and this other group, the second? What can you see in the answers? What is the difference? That here we, yeah, tell me, Nancy.
The double H question.
Okay.
The answers
Uh-huh.
are more specific.
Okay. Correct. In this question, in this answer, thanks, Nancy. In these answers, we have a specific and more complete information. And in the first, we just say yes or no, no more information. And that's the difference when you add these words, because you are trying to know more. You are trying to have a conversation. Okay, and you give the opportunity, and you have the opportunity to have a better conversation using this kind of W's words, because you see they're different. If I can omit this sometimes, does she play the guitar? Does she play any instrument? Yes, she does. Si no quieren, no me dicen cuál, right? Because my question was, does she play any instrument? Yes, she does. Tengo que volver a preguntar. And what does she play? To be specific. Okay, so if you want to know directly more information, it's better to ask with these simple words, but that make the difference. Okay. And as you can see in the structure, is the same. Here we have this structure. The indicator of a question, the person that I'm asking about, and the verb. The indicator of the question, the person that I'm asking about, and the verb is exactly the same. We just add literal at the beginning. We put it at the beginning, the W word that I need. That the structure is exactly the same. And finally, before going to the exercises and before going to the speaking part, the practice, I want to give you the full information. Okay, here we have the object pronouns that we started talking about yesterday. Okay, but Miguel and Anna were not in class yesterday, so we can let them know, Nancy and Sandra. What did we say about this group yesterday? Well, Miguel already know, but we're gonna tell him what we said yesterday. Do you remember? When do we use this group? They are equivalent to what? Sandra?
Me is equivalent I.
Okay.
You is you.
Okay, it's the same.
Him is he.
Okay.
Her, she.
Mm-hmm.
It.
Same.
Us, we.
Okay.
And then they.
Good. Thank you. So we are saying that they are equivalent. So I'm talking about a she when I use her. I'm talking about a he when I use him. I'm talking about I and someone else, we, when I use us. You see? That's why we say that are equivalent. So now the second part. What do I have to? Miguel, why do I have to? If are the same, supposed to be the same, they are equivalent.
Because we are talking in third person, I think.
No, in this case, it's not related with third person or singular or plural. Any other answer?